Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Center for Practical Spirituality. Oh, now I know why this is doing what it's doing. Mira, yo bien chula. I was trying to, hold on. Hold on, y'all. I can't do it that way. Okay, well, we're just going to have to take it this way, guys. Okay. So, okay, hold on. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay. Guys, I have a new little gadget here. That's the problem. Okay. I'm just going to have to improvise, adapt, and overcome. How is everybody today? We're doing great. So let's go ahead and get started. And let's begin with our statement of being. God is all, both visible and invisible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect to life, perfect to love, and perfect substance. I am ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. And so it is. And so it is. So, with all the different things that are happening in this world, let's go ahead and see how, oh, this is so strange. Okay, let me see. I'm going to be looking at y'all. Let me see. Can I look at you guys? Yes, I think I can. I know I can. Okay. So the funny thing about this is that with this new little thing, the camera lens is over here on the side and not right up here like I'm used to it being. And so right now I just realized it, and I keep looking up because that's where I used to look all the time, and now it's over here. Anyways, it's completely, I know, right? And that's why I wanted to see if I could twist this around, but I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to. I'm going to try. Hold on, let me see. Oh, there we go. Rotate. Okay, let me see. I know. No, I'm like bigger than life right now. It's 3D. Oh my God. Anyway, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, there it is. So let me see this. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Toys. Yeah, it's like, never mind. Okay, let me take myself back to the other side. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to look sideways. I'm gonna have to just look like this. Yeah, on the side. This is going to be so much fun. Anyways, okay, so for today, what we have is, with everything that is happening in this world today, we've got one little assignment for Lent, and it is how to lighten up, okay? So right here it says, don't take yourself so seriously. Thank God for the little things. Look for an opportunity to help other people. Choose joy. Okay, choose joy. Look for the silver lining in every gray cloud. So today we're going to look for the silver lining in that gray cloud of what is happening in the world today. Only good is going to come from this whole entire situation. Add humor to conflicts and difficulties. Don't base happiness on outward circumstances. In other words, choose to be in joy and happiness, okay? Happiness is an actual, it's a choice. Here we go. Let me see. Don't try to be perfect. I know I am. Don't try to be perfect. Imperfection is actually more beautiful, to be honest with you. Because in imperfection, what ends up happening is that's where God, or creator of all, is so present to actually reveal, to reveal its divinity for one and all. So don't try to be perfect. In other words, embrace your imperfections. Don't be easily offended. Lots of times I think we have egos that get in the way. Okay, so don't be easily offended and laugh every chance you get. So, I mean, I know I'm always having everybody laughing everywhere. So it's kind of like it's the best thing in the world. So let's go ahead and get into our Uplifting the Soul service. We're going to go ahead and start talking in reference to our topic for today. And it's clarity and courage. Let's proceed forward. When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. Audrey Lorde. You can move, Mama. Ándale. You can move, Madre. See, we have the AC on because it's a little hot here in Texas. And so my ladies already have blankets. And they're fully clothed. They've got jackets on. And I'm over here still sweating up a storm. She said that her thumbs are aching. So I'm just like, oh, it's okay. Go ahead and get in come and get, in the nice area over here. Anyways, okay, so here we go. Okay. As the universe is run by infinite mind and infinite intelligence, so our life is controlled by our thinking. Ignorance of this keeps us in bondage. Knowledge will free us. Knowledge is power. And so when you have knowledge in reference to what is truly going on, when you have the truth, that wonderful movie with Jack Nicholson and, oh my gosh, what's his name? Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise says to him, I want the truth. And he is sitting there and he is looking at him. And Jack Nicholson tells him his infamous statement. Okay? That infamous statement that we all know and we all hear. You can't handle the truth. But you know what? I am here to say otherwise. Not only can we handle the truth, but we prefer the truth because the truth will always set us free. And that's why the truth is so important. So give me the truth, and the ugly truth. I don't care how ugly it is, but I prefer to have the truth than to be lied to. And I'm going to say that once again. I prefer the ugly truth than to be lied to. Now, every once in a while, it's kind of like you have to tell people, it's like, well, but when you speak from a truthful perspective, that sets a person free to make a choice as to how they're going to respond, by the way. Ernest Holmes' The Science of Mind, page 302, says, all the power in the universe is with you. With who? With you. With us. And each of us. Feel it. Know it. And then act as though it were true. So, if you want to be driving around in a Mercedes, then what you say, it's kind of like as you're in your vehicle, man, my Mercedes feels fantastic. You feel it, you know it, and then you smooth driving, okay? Now, in my vehicle, I love my truck, and my truck is, I absolutely love it. And so I got myself in trouble the other day with my truck because of the fact that I was driving a little bit faster than I should. And so in I doing that, I came to understand that my truck was very smooth. And, it's kind of like, and I had to tell this one lady, because the lady was like, you were going what? And you did what? And I said, look, I really thought I was going at about, let's say, maybe 55, maybe 60 miles an hour. I said, because it was so smooth. I said, it was just, so no worry in the world. I said, and I was going a little faster. And so she was just cracking up laughing. I said, You know, I said it was because of the fact that I felt that I was like in my Mercedes. I don't drive a Mercedes, ladies and gentlemen, but it felt like if I was driving a Mercedes, you know, or a BMW, because it was such a smooth ride where I was at. And I was just coasting along. Just coasting along. She said it right. I was going about 80. 82. Okay. You didn't hear me. And I'm not laughing. I mean, it was like I was really taken back. You know, but the reason that I bring that up is because of the fact that when you feel it, when you know it, when you sense it, when you can taste it, when you can be in it, then all of a sudden you manifest, you demonstrate, and you attract exactly what you are sensing and feeling and knowing. So nowadays, what I'm sensing, feeling, and knowing is perfect divine health, happiness, joy at the center of my being. Right now, the growing pains that we're going through as the United States, as we approach 250-year anniversary, you know, we're going to be learning some really tough lessons. But we're all going to learn from these lessons. And it's going to make us better. It's going to bring empathy, compassion, and basic moral values back into existence. We're not going to talk about what happened at the rodeo because I saw more than what I wanted to see. There was some lack of clothing in certain people. And I was just like, if my father was alive, and if I was that age, nombre, and he would have caught me like what I saw, oh, I would have been toast. I mean, grounded for 6 months to a year. And you're not going out, Katrina. But why not? Oh my God. Anyways, very, very interesting. You know, so let me get back to our number one thing. We want to understand and know that we feel it, know it, and we act as though it was already true. As a universe is run by infinite mind, so our life is controlled by our thinking. What you think about, you bring about. Okay? So if you continue to focus on lack, anger, hatred, then the more you send that out, the more people like that will end up being your same energy. Okay? Like energy attracts like energy. Now, the one time that like energy does not attract like energy is like that moth to the flame. Okay? The moth will go to the flame and literally burn itself, right? Well, the negative is attracted to the what? To the light. So therefore, many times, you as a light worker, you as a light being, you as a empath will end up attracting the darker fields into your lives. But that's when you as a light worker and as that person who is, you know, has that empath life, you have to be able to put those boundaries. Okay? You have to learn when to, you know, at the end of the day, cut those energetic cords as well. Knowing that the power of the universe is within us invites us to dare greatly. If, as Audre Lorde says, we use this power in service of our vision, then we are to be really clear what our vision is. Every single day, do you have a clear vision of what your day is going to be like? What are the 5 things that you're going to be taking care of, you know, today or tomorrow or whatever? You know, what are the things that you're going to be addressing? What are you working on a daily basis? What are your goals for the week, for the month, for half a year, you know, for the whole entire year? What more do you want to accomplish? So those are some clarifying questions that you can go ahead. What is your vision? Okay. Knowing that the power of the universe is within us and invites us to dare greatly. It is our Science of Mind teaching. We talk about a world that works for everyone. And bringing that to fruition requires clarity and courage. We are to be courageous. We are to have courage. We are to, be in a place and a part where we will be able to understand that when we are clear and we have courage, we also attract others that are clear and courageous like ourselves. It's easy to say we include everyone in our ideal world, but the actual creation of belonging takes serious focus and action. Are there people you feel afraid of? Afraid to include? Could association with people of immigration status put you at a risk for being caught up in the sweeping raids? Could inviting people who are unhoused be too challenging to have them at your table? Do we want the world to work for the relatives who hold political ideals that are in direct conflict to your rights to exist or act on your own values? These are very tough questions. These are tough questions that we as metaphysical people, we as, Christ consciousness and Buddha mind, we are to start answering and challenging ourselves to understand and to ask, why am I standing up for the rights of other people? Why are we standing up for the rights of children? Why are we standing up for the rights of women? Why are we not wanting any more war? Why is it that we want peace that passes understanding? If, as home shares, we are in the universe run by an infinite mind, we can trust the infinite mind to guide our thinking. If we would surrender to it, the guidance will free us to act in ways that helps create a new world. What does that new world look like? The other day as I was driving, I was like, the new world that we can all live in would end up being a wonderful world where, we do not have homeless people anymore. Where we do not have women who are in poverty. Where we do not have children in orphanages anymore. They're well taken care of. In a world where there's so many have-nots. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. In a world where you can be anything, be courageous. In a world where you can be anything, be clear. Clear and ask, seek, and knock for what you desire, for what you want to demonstrate, attract, and manifest into your life. The challenge is here today. It's not about, I'm going to say it out loud. My parents didn't take anything with them whenever they died. My husband didn't take anything whenever they died. They left everything behind. All of it. Whenever I die, I will be leaving everything behind. The question is, how did I make others feel? How did I make others feel? How did I make a difference in other people's lives? How did I bring out the very best in them? How did I impact them and help them to believe in themselves when no one else believed in them? There was a story this morning whenever, this is my third church service today. So the first one that I went ahead and did, I think it was out of Mark. I'm pretty sure it was Mark. I can't remember the Bible verse, but the gist was that the friends, it's really cool to have these kinds of friends. The friends could not get the man to see Jesus because they couldn't get him through the front door. They couldn't get him through the window. So instead, how did they get him? Through the roof. They climbed the roof, they climbed the house, got up to the roof, made a hole, and then lowered him in. That right there is Where there's a will, there is a way. And that's exactly what happened. Those are the kinds of friends you want in your life. The kinds of friends that are going to think outside the box and are going to say, that aren't going to tell you, well, I can't get you through the front door, or I can't get you through the window. No, you want the friend that's going to say, not only are you going to be able to see him, but I'm going to get you right next to him so that he can then therefore give you what you've been asking for, which is deliverance from anything other than perfect divine health. Okay? And so those kinds of friends, they are persistent and they have faith. That meaning they are clear at what they want and they are courageous. So those are the kinds of friends you want in your own life. Let me be strong. Let me be strong in service to my vision of humanity, united in peace. Let me be strong in service to my vision of humanity, united in peace. Once again, let me be strong in service to my vision of humanity, united in peace. Peace be still. Peace be still right here, right now. Peace be still. Many moons ago, I was always being told, Katrina, we only wish or want, and I pray, this person would say, it's like, and I pray that you are able to find peace that passes understanding for yourself. The peace that passes understanding. And I'd be like, peace that passes understanding? Like, what does that really mean? It finally hit me. I was able to find peace that passes understanding. I witnessed it. I'm living it. I now can truly say, I know what that means. And peace that passes understanding. You don't have to understand, that, X, Y, and Z, why it happened. You just know it happened. And in that happening, now you find peace. You don't have to understand exactly why it happened. Oh, excuse me. You just need to know that it's happened and only good has come out of the whole entire situation. And you, meaning me, are at peace with the results. They may not be what you wanted, but it's exactly what needed to happen. That's where clarity comes in. You're clear that you don't have to like what happened, but you understand that there was a greater good about what happened. And that other miracles occurred. Okay? I hope and pray to God you guys like that. I hope and pray to God that you guys understood. And I'm going to try to figure this little thing out a little bit better. Let me see if I can. I just don't, it's like the only way that I can, hold on. No, it's right here. See? Right here, it's right. This is so funny how this is actually working. But anyway, hold on. No, not that. No, I'm just going to have to figure it out. It's okay. I'm good. Anyways, guys, may you have an absolutely phenomenal week. Right now I'd like for all of us to hold our tithes and our offerings and our prayer requests in our hands, and for us to say together, divine love in me, as me, and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you, each and every one of you, for always being a part of Center for Practical Spirituality. Look forward to seeing you guys again next week. And for Lent, once again, here you go. Let me show it to you right here. If you can, just take a picture off of screenshot so that you can see it. There you go. There we go. Okay, so I'm ready for a miracle. I'm ready for a miracle. I'm ready for a miracle today. I've got my mind in tune for one. I'm ready to experience one. I'm ready for a miracle today. My mind is open, ready to receive it. My heart is opened all the way. I do accept a miracle. I do accept a miracle. I do accept a miracle today. I do receive a miracle. I do receive a miracle. I do receive a miracle today. Very good, very good. Yay! I love you guys. See you next week.